Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with Death Battle. Yep, we're finally back again. So, today we got some Angel of Vengeance here. It's Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Yeah. Guardians of Vengeance. This is going to be interesting. They actually both won their battles. Spawn won against Kratos, Ghost Rider against Lobo. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this plays out, you know? I mean, both of them can take down gods, and usually need a holy weapon to beat them. So I'm curious to see who's going to outlast the other. You know? I mean, considering Ghost Rider survived Lobo, that could be tricky. Well, let's see, though. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Here we go. Oh. Here we go.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
First up, back to
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could: chemotherapy.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
Yep.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hog, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, a stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, that's already taken Daredevil.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
There you go.
We definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they ever brought him back. The original Ghost Rider, not the one we know, but you get the idea, right? But still, yeah. Gotta love Johnny Blaze. Too bad about that deal, though. Anyway.
Bad news for Earth sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
This badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
Well, you know what I mean.
His boner, Wiz. Get it?
Bro.
And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire
goes for
is
your
so
soul.
deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah,
Danny.
Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look, the Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the Penance Stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is 2 souls in 1 body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if
Pretty
Johnny
much.
gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, penance stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither?
Probably both.
Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm.
Like your
Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
As they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much Ghost Rider for there. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, I'm screwed. I mean, if I saw a guy with a flaming skull, I'd be like, dear Lord, what have I done? Like, I don't know, like, you're just screwed. Anyway, so, one rider, we're going on with the Spawn. Let's go.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started.
Yeah, he
because
wanted to
Al's
leave and
immortal
they were like,
soul was on
screw
a
that, you're going to
one-way
hell.
trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the Eighth Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later.
Oops.
After his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus
Pretty
was
much.
born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn would violently
harsh, but
defend New
accurate.
York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malbolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself...
That? A white guy?
Oh, it's petty trolling like that that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair,
Jeez.
Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit
messed up.
because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
I don't think it works like that, but goddamn. Jeez. This could be tricky. I mean, considering the two, I mean, there could be just perpetually energized, you know. Spawn could just feed off Ghost Rider at this rate, you know, Spirit of Vengeance and all that. I mean, maybe we'll see in the fight, I guess, but still, holy hell. I'm not even sure who's gonna win.
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got a limited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden.
really?
It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly
Christ,
evolving.
K.
It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hell
amazing, no?
Spawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed. Until he reconfigured reality to undo his own
There you
existence.
go.
There we are, good as new.
How does
That
he do
has
that?
to be the first time
When's
we've
his
seen
power back?
someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his quest as Hell's greatest
Kid
warrior,
Simmons is not
Spawn
the
has
brightest
defeated a
bulb in the
serial
show.
killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malbosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Hell was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Mofosia's head off. With a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality, Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of hell.
As king, Spawn is literally a part of hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other hell lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed
and
Spawn
that
to
old
be the
woman's
universe's
god. Not
savior.
kidding.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can instantly brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Pretty much. This could be a close fight. I'm not actually sure who could win. I mean, think about it. They're both pretty OP. Oy. But if he gets the divine form, I think I might go Spawn. I don't know. This could be tricky. Oh, as they say, let's just see where this goes. Will it be Ghost Rider or Spawn? Let's go in and find out.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
Here we go. There's Spawn.
Nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me,
Ghost Rider.
there'll be hell to pay.
Go.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me.
Anyone else see the time? 10, I think. Oh!
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Sloppy, you fight like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Back you go. Oh, never mind. Infinity now. Ooh, King Spawn already. Come on.
Welcome to hell.
He's like, nah.
I'll be damned.
Yep.
Yes, you will. Get over here.
Oh, yep. There's a Scorpion. Oh. Oh, divine form is coming in.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
God forbid. Oh. Get that holy. Might be it. Oh. Let's see. Oh. Uh-oh. All the ways are off!
Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Or maybe not.
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
He lied. He is the Prince of Lies. Wait, I'm an innocent.
Oh! Damn! Look at the reversal. Ooh. See you, Johnny. I think you're done.
It's like you said, nothing personal. Asshole.
Damn. Spawn wins.
God damn!
Literally,
Indeed.
this was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into four
Right.
categories.
First up, power.
Power, yeah.
Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to
Yep.
Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was
yeah.
different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto
That's
and
the best one,
Galactus,
infinite
who can
number.
threaten all of Marvel's
So-
infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has
So,
ever felt.
Ghost Rider?
Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill.
Skill, yeah.
He spent decades in military combat
Before he
and is a
became an
master
Spawn,
martial
yeah.
artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even
Right,
with his
versatility.
crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage
two
in this
for one.
category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly.
Nope.
The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective
Yes,
sin and
roughly.
pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul,
yeah, that's
including
true
the
right
Penance
there.
Stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the Penance Stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the Penance Stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The Damnation Stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets
Down,
a literal
motherfucker!
infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge.
3-1.
Zarathos was almost unbeatable.
Ghost Rider
a massive
cannot
power
fight.
advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything
Everything.
thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos'
Gross.
strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner,
winner is Spawn.
Next time on
Oh,
Death
forgot.
Battle.
Oh, Shimura Might. Oh god. The people that can kill you with a touch. Look out.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Yeesh. Shigaraki Mahito. Oh boy. I feel bad for wherever they end up fighting. Yep. Two people that can pretty much kill you once they get your hands on them. Literally. Decay versus rearranging. Yeesh. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you for that one. Adios.